Okay, welcome everyone to our first official training call for our Diamond Dash. We're really excited to have everyone here. And tonight, myself, Wendy Blair, and Casey Leishman, is that how you say your last name? Okay. We're excited to talk to you guys about growing your Beachbody business tree. And I know you're probably kind of like, what the heck? What is that? But I promise we have some really useful information for you guys. So we're just going to start out by kind of introducing ourselves a little bit, just so you guys have an idea of where we're coming from. And so, Casey, did you want to go? Why don't you go first?
Okay. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit of my background. So I've been coaching this is my 10th month, and I started out as a discount coach, and I only signed up to coach for the discount on Shakeology. I never thought that I would coach, actually. So don't give up and don't count anyone out. I actually canceled my Shakeology 2 weeks into my challenge group and then signed back up as a discount coach. So offer the coaching opportunity to everyone. That's kind of my insight. But yeah, I am a 1-star diamond and I love coaching. I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot through coaching. A little about me, I have 4 kids and life is crazy. You're going to probably see them running behind me, streaking because it's bedtime, and our house is crazy all the time. And so don't mind if you see that. But that's a little about me. Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear my baby in the background? Sorry. I might have to escape for just a second to go and take care of him. But I am Wendy Blair, and I signed up as a coach back in June of 2014. I was actually living in India with my family at the time. We were there for my husband's work. But I have known Missy Reber since we both, our husbands went to school in Utah together. That's where I met her. And I remember when she signed up as a coach, and I remember it was February of June 2013, and I remember her announcing it on Facebook, and I was like, oh, whatever. I had a graphic design business that I ran, and I was perfectly content doing my own thing, but I watched her for a whole year. And and then when I was over in India, I kind of completely fell off the wagon, felt really, really crappy physically. I mean, Indian food, all the time is not healthy. And so I asked her if I could join one of her clean eating groups to help get myself back on track. And that was exactly what I needed. And then the following week, she said that she was having a What is Coaching group. And I was like, well, what is it? What do? You actually make money off of this? And this is a real job. And I was so curious. And so actually on the 3rd day of her What is Coaching group, I asked her, I was like, can I be a coach? I was everyone's dream coach. And ever since then, I've known what an incredible opportunity this is. My whole mentality has kind of been well, if they can do it, then why can't I? And so I've always had a positive mindset. I've always been well, a year from now, I'm going to still be here. And then a year passes and I'm a year from now, I'm still going to be here. So that's always what I tell my coaches. You have to tell yourself, in 1 year, you have to still be here. You have to give it all you've got for a year. And then every time you think about it, you just give yourself, say, 1 more year. And the truth is that if you just keep doing that, then you'll be good. I live in Arizona and I have 4 kids, and I don't have my graphic design business anymore because this is way more fun and way more successful. So it's just kind of turned into this really cool job. And now we get to be here with you guys, and it's so fun to watch everybody else kind of fall in love with Beachbody and do the same thing. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get into the meat of a call so that way we don't waste your guys' time tonight. And then at the end, if you guys have some questions, we can probably do a few minutes of questions if you've got those. I'm going to make sure and try and keep everybody muted they join. So hopefully we don't have much background noise. I'm going to mute myself right now while Casey goes ahead and gets started, and I'll go take care of my baby. Okay, go for it, Casey.
Okay. Wendy?
Yeah, do you have the slides?
So yes.
Can you do a screen share on yours?
Yes. Sorry, it kicked me off and then I couldn't log on for a second. Okay, I can do the share my screen and then just go through the slides.
Okay, we don't have a lot of slides, guys, but we've got some good stuff.
Yeah, okay, I will share my screen. I've got my notes here, so I need those. Okay, so first off, I don't know how to make this one big one. Okay, well, we're going to talk about your business as
Casey, you're frozen.
And okay, sorry, I thought it kicked me off again. We were actually at corporate.
I don't see your screen. Can you guys see a screen sharing? Mm-mm. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah, now it's up.
Okay, so I've got to have these because, yeah, so right here, when we were at corporate for the Diamond Retreat that Missy put on, they talked about your tree as a Beachbody coach and how that you need to have strong roots. And so Wendy and I, when we were talking about this, we wanted to kind of dive into it because they just really brushed the surface at corporate when we were talking to them. So when you first start out and you're a new coach and you've got your business, you're kind of overwhelmed, at least I was, and you feel all alone. It's just you. I remember when I decided that I was going to coach, I remember looking at my, kind of tree in my back office, and it was just me. And I remember thinking, how am I going to build this business when it's just me? How am I going to help anyone when it's just me? And so when you start out too, you kind of feel, a little intimidated, not so confident. And that's why we wanted to talk about how to make your roots deep so that when things come up, because they will, coaches will quit and you'll be like, what? And it'll kind of rock your world. But if you have your roots really deep and you know this business, you'll be okay. So how do you grow and deepen your roots? This one, let me go back to this. So when you guys, because you guys are all really pushing for Diamond in this group, when you guys sign up a new coach, you need to remember how you felt when you signed up. You need to, get them started off right. That's when you become a leader. You may not feel ready, but as soon as you sign up that first coach, you've got to make sure that they know what's going on. You've got to do a getting started right call with them, and just make sure that they know and have the training and are aware of the training. So that's a great way to get your coaches started off right. Okay, so how do you grow and deepen your roots? So for me, I feel like the daily consistency in this business is the biggest thing. This business isn't complicated, but you have to be consistent. At corporate, they talked about when, someone starts up and they're posting a lot on Facebook and then they drop off for like 3 months just because, they're really into their fitness and into, being a Beachbody coach, and then they drop off. And then you see them 2 months or 3 months later and they start posting again. And they talked about being consistent because I wouldn't want to have my coach go in and out of working out and not being consistent. I want a coach that is always there, is consistent in her workouts, is consistent in posting so I know what's going on. So consistency is huge for this business and how to get your deeps really deeply planted. So what are things that you need to be doing daily? Have you guys heard of the power of 3? I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, you need to be doing that. You need to be posting on Facebook 3 to 5 times a day. And I know that may seem like a lot. And so if it does, post twice a day. We just did a team call in my team about what to post on Facebook. And I'm just going to kind of really briefly go over that because that could be a whole call. But what we talked about is you need to add value and you need to make sure that whatever you're posting, you would want to read. Sometimes I just throw up a post and it adds no value. It adds, the reach isn't great because I don't even want to read it. I'm just posting because I'm like, oh, I got to get my 3 to 5 posts in a day. I feel that it would be better to just post 2 great posts than just try to like throw up several posts on Facebook. Make your posts meaningful. Another daily thing that you guys need to be doing is inviting. A lot of people say, well, how many should I be inviting? I was listening to a call and it was Bonnie. Is it Bonnie Engel? Is that it, Crystal? Okay, Bonnie Engel. And people were asking, well, tell me a number. Tell me how many people you invite. I just need a number. Like, if I want to hit Success Club 5, how many people do I need to invite? And I loved her answer because she said, you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. You invite all the time and you keep inviting until, you reach your goals. And it could take 1 month, tons of invites. 1 month, you could hit it right off, but you keep inviting several times a day and you don't put a number on it. Personal development is also a really big daily, something you need to be doing daily. I, at the beginning, thought that it was stupid. I was like, you know what? I have no time for personal development. And what I've learned is that if I'm not doing personal development, then I'm not attracting the people that I want in this business. So pick a book, go on YouTube, do something for personal development every day. You need to be following up with people, inviting to coaching opportunities. So what I did, and it's really helped, I had just kind of started out and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a coaching sneak peek. People don't need to know that I've only been coaching for a few months. So I did several videos, a video every day, and did a coaching sneak peek, and I run it. So don't be afraid to go out on your own and start something just because you've just started. Like all of you guys could be doing a coaching sneak peek. You could do it yourself or you could grab someone else and do it together. But I think that's really vital in growing your roots deep is just going and doing these things. Breaking off from your coach and doing your own. It's fine to do, the big groups, but I think there's something in doing your own small groups that is very beneficial. Another daily one is working out and drinking Shakeology. And we talk about those things all the time, but I'm shocked at, the amount of people that don't do the 3 vital behaviors. And then they wonder why their business isn't growing. And they wonder why their tree, their roots aren't deeply planted in the ground. So do your vital behaviors. It's easy and it's not complicated. And sometimes we make it more complicated. So just always do your vital behaviors every single day. The next one is setting goals. And this is a big one. I was also listening to another call and they were talking about that you need to have different goals. So you need to have weekly goals. And in those weekly goals, you need to have steps that you're going to take every single day to reach your weekly goal. So right now, I kind of want you guys to just be thinking of what your weekly goal is. And it could be, I want to invite this many people. And when I set my goals, I don't set them for I'm going to hit Success Club 10 this month because I can't control that. I can't control if someone's going to, buy a challenge pack. What I can control is how many people I'm inviting. So I will set a goal of, okay, I'm going to spend 45 minutes inviting. And it gets me to reach my bigger goals. So I want you guys to break that down into the small daily steps that you're going to take to reach your weekly goal. And then you move to your monthly goal. And I was on a call, and I loved that they broke the monthly goal down. She said to pick 5 categories in your life that you want to improve on, and you need to have a goal for each of those. Your life can't be all Beachbody, even when you set goals, or you're not going to progress. So for me, my goals are always my fitness goals, family goals, my Beachbody business, my faith, and then something that I want to improve on in myself. So I do that as a monthly goal. And each month, you know, I'm a paper and pen girl, so I will write down just in front of my notebook my weekly and my monthly goal. And I can't tell you how much that has helped me because I see it every single day. Right now, I've got a goal of finishing hammer and chisel without any cheats. So every day I have a Post-it note to remind me, and I put it on my computer. So I see it every day, and it's my big goal for the month. Regina did a call, and she talked about doing 12-week goals. And the reason that she said don't set a yearly goal is because I think she said 70 or 80% wait until 12 weeks until the end of the year to actually push for that year goal. So she said to break up into 12 weeks. And so I want this goal to be kind of a scary goal, and you can still fit the 5 things that I just talked about, but you need to have a 12-week goal. And it needs to be something that you are going to have to get out of your comfort zone. I don't want you to say, you know, I want to, you know, do something small where you know you could reach that goal in a week if you pushed hard enough. It needs to be a big goal, and you need to be pushing for it. And then set your yearly goal. And this has to be like out of the park, scary. You're going to put everything you have into this to reach it. And so if you do this, you have your weekly goal, your monthly, 12-week, and yearly goals. It's easier to hit those because you're doing the daily things. So I really want you to break it down into these, you know, 4 categories: your weekly, your monthly, 12-week, and then year goals. Okay, so moving on, the continuous learning. There's a goal, there's a quote, you guys can probably see it. It says, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. And once you think that you've learned everything you need to know, you're going to stop growing and you're not going to progress. So do personal development, keep going, get in these trainings, get all the information you can, and just keep progressing. So the next one is hitting Success Club. Oh, sorry, checking your coach online office. We wanted to talk about this. So the reason that we have this in here is, you know, when you start out as a new coach, nothing's really going on in your online office, but you need to get in the habit of checking it so that when something does, that you're aware of it. Wendy told me an example of this, that when she first started, she decided that she was going to check her back office every single day, and she got in a habit of doing that. So that's a great one. And then the next one is hitting Success Club. And we talk about this all the time. And the reason that we do is because this is a great way to understand that you are getting your roots deep. And the reason that we want our roots deep is because things are going to happen. And if you don't have a solid foundation and feel comfortable, then when, you know, your branches come off, and this is what corporate was talking about, you might like curl up and just like throw your hands in the air and want to quit. But if you have your roots deep, you will keep going. And like Wendy said, you'll say, well, I will be here next year. I will be here next year. So hitting Success Club. You need to, if you're not hitting Success Club, that's always a tongue twister. If you're not hitting Success Club, you need to find out why you're not hitting it. I love that Brigida did a call on, she was talking about, you know, a pilot, he was only 1 degree off, but he ended up so far away from his destination because of that 1 degree. And she related it back to hitting Success Club, that if you're not hitting it, it could be just one word that you're not saying or that you are saying when you're inviting. It could be that simple. So if you're not hitting Success Club, try inviting a different way. Reach out to someone and ask them, you know, how they're inviting, because it could be that simple. Another way that you can hit Success Club is you need to have a way to get new people. your warm market is going to dry up, and you need to be creating ways to continuously find new people. The way that I do it is I run free groups, and I've been successful at that because I do them monthly, and I actually do 2 groups a month. So find what works, and for me personally, I don't try to recreate the wheel every single month because I need to simplify. And so I figure whatever's working, I'm going to ride that. So don't feel like you have to change up your group every month. If you don't want to, you can keep the same group. There's Facebook groups. You can teach a live class. I know Brigitte would do, she would host a party, and she would invite people, and they would do, a workout and then drink Shakeology. So there's different ways. You just need to find what works for you. So that is kind of my take on how to hit Success Club. And the biggest thing I think with hitting Success Club is make it a non-negotiable. And if you haven't hit Success Club, figure out why you're not and go from there. So Wendy, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
You want to turn off your screen share?
Yes. Okay.
Very good. And I will turn mine on. Okay. Oh, there we go. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, let me... Okay, Casey had a lot of really great information there. I hope that you guys are taking note of things that stand out to you. Okay, so we've talked about the roots of your tree, but what about the trunk? Okay, the trunk is how strong your trunk is determines how strong your business is going to be, or how big your trunk is. Okay, I guess I've got a great analogy. Okay, have you guys ever been to Yosemite or where they have those really big sequoia trees? And you can, if maybe you've seen where they cut one of the trees, the trunks, and you can see all of the rings that are there in the tree, and that determines how old a trunk is, right? And the more rings that you can see in the center of that trunk determines its age. So think of those rings like the strength of your business. The more that you do these things that we talk about, the more rings you're going to have, and the more solid it's going to make your business tree. So Casey kind of already talked about this a little bit, but adding new contacts, okay? That's something that never, ever stops. Okay, you will never quit adding people to your market because this is a network marketing company. And so in order to grow your business, you have to continuously grow your market. So I know that my team has heard this, but some ways that you can grow your market, okay, are adding mutual friends on Facebook. You guys should already know about that. Joining specific groups on Facebook that have nothing to do with Beachbody. Maybe you love Disneyland, or, the Oscars from last night, or a group about, Rhodesian Ridgeback dogs, whatever. Okay, there's a group for everything on Facebook. So pick a couple of your interests that you have and go and join groups that have to do with that specific interest, because that is already going to give you a connection with the people in that group. One word of advice is you never, ever talk about Beachbody in those groups, because you know what? You're going to get kicked out. And people are going to think you're annoying and that you're a spammer. And so that is a major, major no-no. But it is a great place where you can start to build relationships with people who you have something in common with. And you can add them as a friend and start to build that relationship. They'll start to see your Facebook posts about Beachbody, and they will learn that you're a Beachbody coach. Okay, so that's a great way to expand your market. Through like pages, that's another great way. Okay, you can advertise, you can boost your posts. but that's another option that you have. Or maybe it's just reaching out to people in your community locally, from play groups or people at church or people, from your kids' classrooms. But you consistently have to be adding new contacts because you don't want to be the annoying coach that is always bugging the same people. I was totally guilty of that when I first signed up as a coach. Okay. So we all make that mistake, but you just need to learn how to make new connections. The second thing is finding your niche market. So this is one way that you are going to attract people to you. And the quicker that you can figure out what your niche is, then the easier it will be, for you to know what to post about on Facebook, okay? And the quicker people are going to be drawn to you in the way that they are connected to you. So find what works for you, okay? It's okay to follow other coaches that you admire. I totally follow a couple superstar diamond coaches because I like to see what they're posting about because I connect with them. Okay, but you never want to copy another coach. Take something that you feel you connect with and turn it into your own, and then go after that. Okay, make it your own and own it, because people are going to make that connection with you, and then stick with it. Don't change unless you've been doing something for months and you feel like nothing is working. Then that's when you can go out and try something different. Okay, so a monthly system. Now, as a coach, I'm sure that, I know we're all from different teams, but I'm sure that everyone's team has groups that you run together. Maybe you run like a coaching sneak peek group. Maybe you run a challenge group with your team, or a clean eating group, or maybe you just have another coach that you run it with. But figure out what your monthly system is and then do it every month. Okay, consistency is something that people need. Okay, people thrive on consistency. I actually liken it to my baby. Okay, as a newborn, he struggled really bad with just kind of a fly by the seat of your pants schedule. And as soon as I got him on a schedule, then I was able to predict what his behavior is going to be. And so if something is wrong, then I know that something is wrong. And it helped him to sleep through the night quicker. So the quicker that you get your business on a schedule, then other people will know what to expect. They will know, oh, she's got a challenge group starting soon. Or, oh, she's going to have a clean eating group coming up next. I'm going to want to be looking out for that. So you just want to create your system, whatever works for you, okay? And then go with that. If you are really awesome at your clean eating group, then use that as your leverage to grow your business, okay? Or if you're really awesome at being like a superstar challenge group runner or host, and those are the people that you look for to turn into coaches, then go after that and make that your baby, okay? Or maybe it's inviting to the coaching opportunity. Maybe that is your strength. Figure out what your strength is, have your system running, and then use that to your advantage to grow your business. And then the last thing that can help to strengthen the trunk of your business is by doing your personal development. Casey mentioned earlier that is something else that you should never quit doing. You never take it for granted, because you always have room to grow. You will always have room to improve yourself, your business, your family, your relationships. And so you should always be doing personal development. I strongly believe that the more your team grows, then the more personal development that you need to be doing. Because it can be really hard carrying a team on your shoulders and teaching them the things that you are learning as a leader. And so at least I know myself personally, I tend to be really hard on myself. And so if I'm not doing personal development consistently, then I get down and I feel like I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to post about. I don't know how to help my team. So that is something that needs to grow with your business. Okay, so we've talked about the roots, we've talked about your trunk. The branches of your Beachbody business tree is your team because they all come from you. So everything that you do needs to be duplicatable by your team. And that is what you need to teach them. You need to be there to provide that support and to hold them because they're going to be counting on you in order to teach them how to do what you are doing. And it can be hard as a leader to make your team duplicate what you're doing. But one thing that you can't change is the outcome of what happens with those coaches. So yes, you are going to have coaches quit. You're going to have good coaches quit. You are going to see the potential in them that they could be an awesome rock star, 15-star diamond coach, and you see it and you get it, and they are straight up just going to drop off the face of the earth. You guys, it's happened more than once to me, and it's going to happen to you, I promise you. So get it in your head right now, because when that happens, you can't do anything about it but love that coach, okay? You just have to love them wherever they are and be there to support them no matter what their decision is. Oh goodness, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so you can work with the willing. The people that want to grow their business, those are the people that you want to work with. When a new coach signs up and they're super motivated and super pumped, that getting started right call, those GSR calls, are vital to them jump-starting their business. You have to be there for them right at the very beginning when they have that fire burning within them in order to propel them forward and to show them the steps that they need to do, whether it's getting them started in a new coach group or showing them, how to access training in their coach online office. But you've got to get on the phone with them, okay? This is something that I really struggled with in the beginning of my business. You've got to get on the phone with them, talk with them about what they want out of Beachbody, okay? And tell them to dream big, give them that opportunity, and then find out how much time they want to put into their business or if they're willing to put in their business. And then tell them what to do next, okay? Give them the opportunity to grow. Be sure you talk about the 3 vital behaviors and Success Club. And then set them up with some sort of training to help them feel like they are working at something. So work with the willing and get your coaches started off moving forward. Whether they're moving slow or fast, it doesn't matter. As long as they're putting one foot in front of the other with their business, then they're moving in the right direction. Okay, but your branches, they're going to continue to grow as long as you work with the willing. Some of your branches are going to fall off, okay? Some of your branches are going to grow really slowly, and some of them are going to shoot up into the sky probably faster than you can handle. But no matter what happens, you have to keep adding to your team. You have to keep inviting. Even when you get rock star coaches and you're so excited about their excitement for the business, you have to keep adding. You have to keep building your business so that way they can see that you haven't stopped. Something that as a leader that might be really hard for some coaches, I say that because has been hard for me, is the 80-20 rule. As a leader, which you guys all are right now because you're pushing for Diamond, you need to focus 80% of your time on your business and 20% of your time on your team. Doug Moss said at corporate that when you get up to maybe 3 or 4 star diamond, that maybe those numbers will change just a little bit, but 80% of your time right now needs to be focused on building your business, okay? So on inviting, on personal development, on doing your reach outs, your follow-ups, all of those things are part of your business, and your team will follow by example. So you have to lead by example and show them that you are doing the 3 vital behaviors, that you are hitting Success Club, because you guys, success breeds success. And if you're showing your coaches that you're putting, 80% of your time into growing yourself and your business, then that's exactly what they're going to do. Okay. And it's just going to trickle down into it and have a domino effect on your entire team. And your branches are going to continue to grow. Okay. So that was just kind of an overview of your Beachbody business tree. I mean, you start out really small, but the more you grow and deepen your roots and strengthen your trunk, then your branches are going to grow and your team is going to grow. But you guys have got to be consistent, and you've got to be positive, okay? And you've got to just keep going. I think that's probably all that we have. Casey, do you have anything else that you want to add in there? No? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody, and then let's see, here we go. And then does anyone have any, let's see, I'm frozen, and let me turn off my screen sharing here. Does anyone have any questions that Casey or I can answer for you? No?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for hopping on the call with us. I know that you guys are busy, but I also know that this is important to you. So just be consistent and focus on yourself more than you're focusing on your team, okay? Okay, thank you.